check that and see if it's got me in the frame. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Hopefully we'll have a fun class. You can check here. Let's see here. And a few different things planned for this morning, and hopefully they're going to be great. This first loop, if you listen to it, it's a B minor, basically B minor 7, 9, 11, all those notes, and then it goes to a G major 13. So you can just arrange those chords by 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, or 1, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. But spoiler alert, it just contains basically all the notes in a D major chord, right? The 7 notes, D major scale, thank you. And except for like the first chord, which is B minor, we don't have the 13 because that would be a G. So that's kind of the only note that rubs a little bit. You can still use it, but it'll just, but the second chord, which is G major 7, 13, sharp 11, it has, you can play any of those notes basically. So the point being, you can play anything in D major. So maybe set your intention for what you want to get out of this practice. It's just a nice way to warm up. You can start with long tones, you can start with scale sequences, you can start with rhythm stuff. You can try to hear the 2 different chords, the root 3rd and 7th if you want. B minor 7 goes to G major 7. So yeah, 2, 3, 4. quarter notes and half notes. If you like half notes, you stay with half notes. If you want to go into quarter notes, you go into quarter notes. Again, to me, I think this is such a valuable way to practice because we get to observe the way that we do something that might seem on its face to be easy. But if we can improve the quality of how we're engaging and how we're present with something that's easy, then ultimately that'll transfer into everything we do. So a mixture of quarter notes and half notes, your choice. A quarter is about here. 3, 4. You can also use rests, and bear in mind, I usually will toggle in and out of either I'm working on sequences so that I can internalize the relationships more. Let's say that I'm working on like this sequence. Let's say this is a sixth and a sixth. In D major, that's 2 sixths, right? This is a sixth and a seventh. That's a sixth and a seventh. These are fourths. So, and I can put those together in a lot of ways. So there's definitely lots of ways you can challenge yourself over this material. So I might make sequences like that, or any kind of sequence at whatever tempo feels good to you. It's not really even important what the sequence is. It's just an opportunity to integrate the scale relationships, to integrate the fingerboard geography, to integrate what you hear with the theoretical aspect of the scale, right? And again, that you can move your attention to whatever. I mean, I would obviously need to work on intonation with all those, right? Or maybe it's the articulation. Now, if you don't want to do that kind of internalization work, that like, okay, I'm learning this scale right now, I'm learning this scale. Then alternatively, you could be like, no, I'm being creative. I'm trying to stretch like my improvisational voice. So I might say, okay, well, I'm just going to improvise 16th notes, or I'm going to improvise 8th notes, and I'm going to challenge myself. You know, I talked about this in the class yesterday. It's like you want to work on a tune like Autumn Leaves, or a tune like, you know, Danger Boy, or whatever, Dangerfield, whatever it's called. Then you get to shed that form, you know, 500 times, 50 times, 20 times, 200 times. But every time when you shed the form, you put yourself under a different constraint. So the constraint could be like, I'm going to play 3-note phrases, or I'm going to play 8th notes, or I'm going to play different shaped melodies, or start my phrase from a different place, right? So you can give yourself those constraints and work within them. Always paying attention to what's important to you. Is it intonation? Is it timing? Is it articulation? Is it the consistency of your sound? Make sense? 2 and 3 and 4 and... pass one to your neighbor or whatever. Everybody can have one of these extended range scale sheets. So, sorry, I don't have the cello. There's one viola back there. But I think you can make it work for cello or viola anyway if you just don't start at the bottom of your register or whatever. So if I was using this for the key of D major that we're doing right now, I would do one or two things. I would either mark on the top left just a key signature, and I would just put F sharp and C sharp, right? Or I would go through one line of it and just put a sharp on the C's and a sharp on the F's. And then you can follow it and you can see sequences up and down. Or if you can't see it backwards, then you can just write it out backwards for yourself. But what I want to show you right now, the reason I'm bringing it out right now is to show you how to hack this for pentatonics. So we're going to look at the D major pentatonic over this same groove, and I just want to see if it helps you. So all you would do is you would X out the notes G and the notes C. You just X them out. You just totally scratch them out, the note G and the note C. And what you have left is the 5 notes of a D major pentatonic scale. So you just X out the G's and X out the C's. And then you've got the 5 notes of a D major pentatonic scale, also known as B minor pentatonic, if you prefer to think about the quality of the scale as a minor pentatonic. Because there's no reason to know both. And let me just stop on that point for a second, because people get confused. Why should I learn 7 modes? No, you should learn 1, the major scale. That's all you need. And the same thing with pentatonics. You've got 2 ways to talk about it. You can talk about it as a major pentatonic or a minor pentatonic. I recommend that you just pick one that you like and just relate everything to 1. Why would you learn it twice? Why would you learn 2 things when you can learn 1? So most guitar players, they learn the minor pentatonic guitar, or minor pentatonic scale just because it lies in the fingers that way. So that's how I learned it. So I just always think of everything in terms of the minor, the relative minor. What's the relative minor of D? It's B. So if you think of, hey, this is my shape, it's a minor pentatonic, then we can call this B minor pentatonic. If you like to think in terms of major, then you can call it D major pentatonic. But why would you need to learn both? You don't need to learn both, just learn 1. Just learn as much as you need to learn. So,
so the notes in the pentatonic, the notes left out are the G and the C, correct?
yes.
G and C. Yeah, the G and the C. Correct. Okay.
So now if you have those notes in the pentatonic scale, it should be easy to kind of work on it by looking at the page and doing sequences like. And then eventually you can do other sequences, and then you can start to improvise out of the scale more relaxed, you know. So let's just go through that briefly. Okay, so we'll do the sequence. I like that. It's 5 notes, you know. So let me see. And then let's do, or so how about, that could be the suggested version, but you can do it slower if you want. You can disregard what everybody's doing, do it where you want to do it, or you can do it faster. If you're Chris Tate, you can be like, 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more suggestion. That's just one more suggestion. Ready, go. He's like, Chris Tate's right. So the point is, like, there's no reason for Chris Tate not to be challenged. Like, he could also, even though he knows, he knows his pentatonic scales, right? But he can also play it in thumb position or whatever you do with cellos. I don't know what you do with cello. You can do double stops on a pen, you can do string crossing versions of pentatonics. So now it's your choice. You can stick with like memorizing it, like keep going through sequences and looking at the page, or you can say, oh, let me try the same sequence but not look at the page, and I'll look away and see if I've got it memorized. That's the point of looking at it, is that we accelerate that process of memorizing. It just gives us a little bit of like having training wheels on a bike, so that if we fall, it catches us. And then we'll know it sooner, right? Because once you know it, you just know it. And so that's the goal. It's just a really like memorization proficiency thing. That's what it is. It's not a magic thing. And I think we put too much pressure on ourselves because we think like, well, I should know it, or I should just be able to do it, or I should just be able to hear it. It doesn't work that way. You just memorize it. Just any more than I should know Spanish. No, if I study Spanish, I can learn it. Like if I work with flashcards, then eventually, and if I use the language. So that's my theory about it anyway. And no matter where you're at with it, just be there. Just be there, And so, but then also, once you feel like, okay, I'm done with doing sequences or internalizing and memorizing these relationships, right? Then you can say, well, let me see if I can be more improvisational with it, right? And so make improvisations only using those notes, whether you're looking at the sheet or then not looking at the sheet, right? So maybe Chris, and I'm going to give Chris some instructions and ask him to, like, within these constraints, show us some improvisation. So I just want 3-note phrases to start, okay? Let's just listen to Chris. 3 and 4 and 3-note phrases. That was 5. Okay, there's 2 and then 3. Beautiful. So now I'd like for you to do just all 8th notes, consistent, no rests. 2 and 3 and 4. I guess that's 16ths. C sharp. Nobody's counting. Now this time, can you do an upward phrase and then a downward phrase? That's it. But the phrase is always punctuated by a space, right? Upward phrase, downward phrase. Those are the only thing that matter. Anything else is free. Ready, go. Okay, cool. So different. Now this time I want you to start every phrase on a different place in the bar. Thinking, and we've got, what do we have, like 32 places in each bar or something like that? Whatever, you know what I mean. So each phrase is going to start, and let's make the phrases relative. No, that's all I'll say. Start each phrase from a different place. Ready, go. Okay, wait, the third phrase phrase and the second phrase started from the same place in the bar. It was 2 and. First one you played on 2. Next one you played on 2 and, or something. 3 and 4 and. Perfect. Yeah. That's great. Right? Yeah. Not that it matters. Not like really you get in trouble for, but it's like you're holding yourself to a constraint. That's an example of working within constraints. Okay. So you know what to do. Ready? Go. Basically, so it's D minor 7 to G7. It's 2 going to 5, right? Oh yeah, como va. That's like old school. I don't know if I'm dating myself with that. Some people at least know what that is, right? What if we get so basically in this you can play in the key of, it's the same key as C major. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G when everything is natural, and the two chords are a D minor 7. G7. So just play after me. Yeah. So if we want our thirds and seventh, that's third and seventh. And then third and seventh. If we invert that, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. different notes to it. Up, down, up, with me. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Light. Now mix the notes. We start, and we're going to play each note twice, but we always start on the offbeat. So, for example, so just listen. So really get this in the habit of starting phrases from the offbeat. 2 and 3. You have over this groove is you can play D minor pentatonic. So we just talked about how to do that to write out your D minor pentatonic if you want, and F major pentatonic. Same. You can also play the G dominant bebop scale, which I'm not going to teach, but you could do that if you know what that is.
Is that the one that's just G, A, B, C, D, E, F, 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 or G?
Yeah, I think so. So let's do. Let's train, me and Chris. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you got it. 1, 2, 3, jam out. Play after me, I guess, or maybe we'll play after Chris Tate. Give him a little chance practicing. So I want you to give phrases that we can play back to you. We're gonna start only using D minor pentatonic. Let's check the balance here. That works, right? Oh, you're gonna sit? Yeah. You want to sit here? You want to sit? Let's say. Okay. So it's gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna have it be a 2-bar phrase, the length of the loop, but you gotta make it a
Whenever I
phrase
play
that
over
people
the-
can hear,
Yeah.
and that they can remember. and all
Whenever
that.
I play over like the D minor 7, they'll play over the G7.
Let's try that first.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try short phrases first. Here we go. So play after Chris and give your starting note. You ready?
Just C.
Starting note is C. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Whoa, wait, you say we just.
Oh, wait, sorry, my bad.
That's right. No, that's why we're teaching him how to teach. That's good. That's how you teach play along lessons stuff. Right. 3, 4. That's an F.
A.
Good. Stick around for a second. Yeah, so we're gonna do lines from minor pentatonic, starting on D. Now use lines out of the C major scale. I mean D Dorian, whatever you want to call it. 2, 3, 4. On G. Nice. Now let's do bebop scale licks. So, and we're also gonna make it twice as long, the loop, okay? So, I'm starting on G. Sorry. Yeah. Give it up for Chris Tate. Thank you. Try to turn him into a teacher. That was cool. All right. So actually, the next thing I want to do is we're going to modulate scales. And so we're going to do an R&B group, and I kind of got inspired from PJ Morton for this one. So what you're going to want to do with your extended range is you're going to want to have two different key signatures that you're going to look at. So we're going to get used to modulating two different major scales or two different pentatonics. All right. And so I think it's going to be C major and E flat major. Let me just remember, but I think that's what it is. So you can prepare this by having one line that's just, all naturals, and then the other line, if it's E flat, which I'm about to verify, it will be however many flats that has. What is it, 3?
Yes.
Where are we? 87. Okay.
So C and what?
E flat.
But,
Let's see here.
unless
Yeah, so it's C major 7, and it goes to B flat sus, which is just E flat major 7. It's like an R&B feel good R&B groove, right? And there's let me just play over it a little bit.
C to what was that?
The chord is a B flat sus. But all you need to know as far as the scale goes is it's the E flat major scale. So I'm going to demonstrate how it might sound if I use those two different sounds. So just listen for a second. So I'm using only the major scale because I want you to understand what's happening in my head and kind of hear what I'm doing, you know. So this is just C major. E flat major. Okay, so C major. So E flat listening. C major. So I want you to understand what I'm demonstrating so you don't have to ask me later. So I'm playing in the key of C major, then I'm playing in the key of E flat major. Now here's how it's going to help you to have that written guide.
Yeah.
Is that you've got the notes from the E flat major scale here, and you've got the notes from the C major scale there. And what you can practice is going in between the two, but then eventually I want you to be able to make a sequence where you voice lead seamlessly between the two. So, for example, keep this pattern. Keep the pattern, but we make the modulation. Okay, so you work with 2 and 3 and 4 and. Oh, you couldn't hear the loop? Oh, I thought you were saying it's too loud.
Because everybody's playing loud.
We're very
Okay.
confident into it.
Great. 4. Here's the last thing on this one. This is big. So now we're gonna, so you understand the concept of voice leading between two different major scales, right? That's what we just did. E flat major scale, C major scale. And how we can work on that voice leading by giving ourselves little problems, right? And keep the pattern moving. There's actually a great example, well, it doesn't matter. But here's the thing though. If you can voice lead the two pentatonics, then we've got our A minor pentatonic and our C minor pentatonic.
Right.
So if you hear what like that sounds like, you know, then it might sound more like what you might hear, just harmonically speaking, from P.J. Morton or Yeba, who guests with P.J. Morton on this R&B tune, right? Or Stevie Wonder, or it's like a device employed in a lot of R&B. So this is only using A minor pentatonic and then C minor pentatonic. So just let me demonstrate for a minute, okay? So that's A minor pentatonic, and then C minor pentatonic. So A minor pentatonic, C minor pentatonic. And I do C minor go between the two pentatonics. Okay? So now, if you need that though, write it out. So write it out. So we already did the C. No, we didn't do the C major pentatonic. So I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it twice. Okay? So for the C major pentatonic, you're just going to eliminate the notes B and F. I'll say it again. For the C major pentatonic, also known as A minor pentatonic, you're just going to eliminate the notes B and F. Now for the C minor pentatonic, you're going to eliminate the notes D and A. Yeah. So for the C minor pentatonic, you're going to eliminate the notes D and A. If you didn't get that, just ask your neighbor. Okay, here you go. Ready, go. Now again, if I were to practice it, the way I would recommend practice it is be pretty disciplined about it. Like if you're trying to internalize it. So taking a pattern like, you know. You know, any kind of patterns that you can run, like it's a disciplined way just to verify, like, hey, can I do this? You know. Now let me show you two different ways that you could comp on this for somebody else. So one would be to play the bass line. I think I did something like that. C, G, E. Let's do that. Root, fifth, third. So something like that. Yeah, and then the next one, I do the B flat, root, flat 7, fourth. So that's B flat, A flat, E flat, E flat. So let's put that together. So. Have to be exactly those notes, but it's the vibe. Yeah?
I'm having trouble understanding the beat, how long they're on each one.
Okay.
I mean, is it in 4? I mean, I'm just having trouble figuring out when we're changing. I'm just having trouble understanding the back beat, the back rhythm, the back groove, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, sure, yeah, absolutely. So, what you
It's
can,
weird because everybody's kind of morphing around, so it's hard to find.
yeah, I'll circle back to that, I promise, okay?
All right.
And so what you want to feel is,
One, 3,
that's it, yeah.
2. Yeah,
That's it.
I kind of know that I'm not feeling it here right now.
Right, no, that's, well, like, everybody listen and just see if we can feel that. Put a two-step, like a, one, two, three, four, and you can practice that down, up, 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 okay? So that's how you can integrate that, yeah. Okay, so now I want to show you, and this is going to speak to that too, right? So when you play this line,
Yeah.
you keep
it's
the
a
quarter
good-
note. Yeah, but it's tricky. I mean, like any new beat is going to be tricky for us. So
Yeah, I
that's
know.
normal.
And so I was trying to put that in a 4/4 with that is C and
Yeah.
Yes, it's more of a harmonic.
Sometimes sometimes it take like a lot of time.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if everybody's heard my story about like when I had to spend months just practicing a two-step before I was allowed to.
Cowbell, yeah.
Yeah, I only could play cowbell. That was all I was allowed to do in the band for months. And I just had, I wasn't allowed to play violin. I had a cowbell, and like that was all I was allowed to do. And I was supposed to just practice my two-step. And like this is literally what I practiced.
Right.
And it took me months I'm still working on it. So it's all good. So now here's another way to comp over it. So let's see here. What was I going to say? Or something. Yeah, maybe that. So me and Chris are going to demonstrate this because this is two different ways that you can comp for yourselves and practice this groove later. And remember, you always have the option to just do a backbeat. Somebody.
Should I add the chopper?
Try both. So show me the bass line, but keeping time for me. 2, 3, 2. Sorry. Yeah, now switch here. See how he keeps time the whole time? Foul. Penalty. But he's trying to find it. It's good though. I like it. But the point is he's keeping the time the whole time, right? So even if he tries things, now show me the one that's more like the triple stop, voice. 3, 4, Right, now you play, I got you. Watch my arm. It's always down, up, down, up, down, up. Although I cheated there. Right. So that's an example. So you can work on this groove that way on your own if you want. Let's take like 8 minutes and come back. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, you can work on that groove. Find buddies. Hey, buddy. How you doing? triads. I don't know if that's true, I just made that up. But I like to teach like the chord sets. We talked a lot about how to approach the major scale and how to approach the pentatonic scale, right? That makes sense? Like using this, it's like, and there are some times when you can just use a scale and you're good, right? That's kind of what we're doing. And now we're going to talk about how you deal with chords. And so, same thing though, I like to use a visual aid to make that easier. And I like to practice triads this way. So we'll just take a couple triads and see if we can make a little progression out of them. How's everybody doing?
You're happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Okay, that's good. So. So I'm going to make a chord progression. So. major. And I've written them out for you on there. And what I want to teach you is how to learn chords. And really how to be able to come on tunes that are based on triads. So a lot of folk music is based on triads. And I recommend that you kind of learn the approach to triads even before you get into a lot of the jazz stuff, because it sort of adds things. So the triads is just like a good foundation. So if you look on your sheet, you should have a stack with the notes in the D minor triad, and you should also have a stack with the notes in the C major triad. So you can play one note from each chord, and you can voice lead it, which just means you move stepwise, right? So this wants to move stepwise down or stepwise up to either of those notes. This note, these notes can move stepwise down or up to those. So just practicing that voice leading. You can also practice. So we're practicing voice leading the chord tones from D minor to C. 2, 3. That would be one. Another one would be any kind of patterns you can find that kind of challenge you on those voice leads. Just try that for a couple more minutes. 2, 3. What you'll see is, do you see that the notes are organized either a fourth or apart, or they're a third apart? You see how that? So you can learn all the fourths and thirds as double stops or triple stops. It's not always necessarily going to be pretty, especially on the cello. But now also, if you notice on the same stack, you've got the opportunity to play sixths and fifths. So you could skip a tone, and that's more suitable for cello. So D minor, but it's also good for the violin. So now I'm not going to cover it today, but I just want you to notice that that's possible. And then if you were to take time and work on each of those, I'm looking at you. I want you to learn. So if you're D minor, you got every one of those shapes. No, just from the D minor triad. Yeah, let's work on it with harmony. So D, A, and F. Show me that. Wait, yeah, just me in harmony. Just for a second, just me in harmony, if you guys don't mind. Yes. Now the next voice was going to be starting on. No, the next voice starts on A. No. We're only playing a D minor triad. So no. What? Yeah, but we're doing the spread voice. So let me tell you what it is. It's A, F, and D. Right, now the next voice is D, A, and F. No, D, A, and F. You're going to have to go up to fifth position. That's it. So play me those three shapes again, starting on D. Right, now starting on F. I think that's right. And then the next one is starting on, that's it, yes.
We missed one in the middle. This F.
I'm only doing voicings based on fifths and sixths right now. Yeah, okay, yeah, starting on F, yeah, you're right. Yes, that's it, yeah. So fourth of them, yeah, sorry, I can't hear a low register. So that's the amount of time you want to take on it. So you could work on all those spacings. And now here's one other thing that I'll tell everybody here, which is a trick. So while you're on a D minor, you can go from D minor C, D minor C, D minor C, D minor C. And while you're on C, you go C, D minor, C, D minor. So for example, this is D minor C. Shoot. Right, and then on the C chord, I'm going C, D minor, C. Right, and then you can do it single notes, triple stops, you know, either one. So, okay, so work on it for a minute. 2 and 3 and. For people to work on, because with those folk tunes, a lot of them are triads, but it won't have the chord stacks, but then you can try to find the voicings of the chords, or you can create your own chord stacks, which is just these visual aids. So again, the way that I practice this is I'm like, well, okay, let me just work on this chord, and I'm gonna just work on these two. And I'll work on these two, and I'll work on these two. If you can voice lead between two chords, which I call a chord pair, then over time you can see any chord chart and you can be like, I know the voicings to all these chords, right? And then you can comp. And that, you know. So, but let's look at a more interesting, challenging version that uses some of this material in kind of like a flamenco groove. And there's one other concept I want to introduce for it, which is the D harmonic minor scale. So we talked about harmonic minor in the jazz class the other day, but this extended range is going to really come in handy for you on this, the extended range worksheet. So what you want to write in is a B flat and a C sharp, a B flat and a C sharp, a B flat and a C sharp, right? right? That's what we're gonna need. It is. Fun group. If you thought that PJ Morton group was hard, this is really hard. So let's just feel it first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 4, boom, 4, boom, 4, boom, boom. The chords are, so we can actually practice that. So it's B flat goes to A. So instead of putting the bass note on 1, we put it on 4, and I forget exactly what it's called, but I don't know, it's like a form of flamenco or some, maybe, I'm not sure, but it's cool groove. So on this one, we're going from B flat major, which you can play a B flat major chord, you can just play F major, and then you have to go to D harmonic minor. So I want you to hear how it goes. So this is F, I play an F major scale. Oh, sorry. Harmonic minor. Come back F major. So F major to D harmonic minor. For the D harmonic minor, you're going to want to have the little cheat sheet for yourself. Everybody knows F major, it's 1 flat. But for the D harmonic minor, you probably want to have the cheat sheet so you can see it. In fact, we can try. You can work on that if you want.
It's a flat C, right?
No. C sharp, B flat. C sharp, B flat. C sharp, B flat. Ready, go. F major. D harmonic minor. 1 sharp, 1 flat. 1 flat. Progression from the D minor to the C, so this is just key of F major. D minor chord, C major. We were just working on that, remember? Cool, fun class. Thank you. So now we've got the
old guy.
I was gonna say the Zen master of the universe, Michael Jeffrey Stevens. Why don't we take a few minutes and we'll set up the chairs for the orchestra thing. It'll take about 5 minutes, and I'll start getting the music passed out if you guys are comfortable with it. Master Uwe. Obi-Wan Kenobi himself is here.
About old big characters. Like what's next? Who's another old main character?
Old main character. What's the guy from Cobra Kai?
The silver.
Silver. Oh, thanks for telling me that. So I need to, maybe that's weird because my wife told me that we received it. Maybe it's laying around my house somewhere. Thank you.
Just double check that, yeah.
Thank you so much.
I didn't bring an extra check.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it, Tyler. How are you doing? Are you glad you're here?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for throwing me into the fire.
Oh, hey, they're awesome. So I hope I can call
I guess I just like put started the thing at the same
So, but I was just thinking. So let's work on the blowing section, just to do some things around that, which is 8 bars of no sharps, no flats, and it's 4 bars of 2 flats, and 4 bars of 4 sharps. I just want everybody to start to get comfortable with that, because we have some fun with that. It's a little chance to workshop some skills while we're working on this music. River Poe. you guys have cello parts for River Po?
Someone told me this year that.
Okay. Okay, the solo changes. Let's try that. So what we're doing is very similar to what we were doing in the class. Is we're practicing modulating from major scales, but we're also practicing like doing it in a way that's not harming everybody around us or the music, right? I mean, we're not doing physical harm, but we're trying to like be helpful to the music. So when in doubt, lay out, right? Or So River Po on the blowing changes. What is it again? Yeah. So this is So we're on the blowing.
Yeah, they can start.
Let's start. We're going the blowing changes. What is that letter? Anybody have that letter?
It's number 49, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not 49.
The blowing changes.
No letter numbers. But it's 49.
Yeah. So A, where it says A minor Aeolian, right? So it's 8 bars. 8 bars, no sharps, no flats. Then it's 4 bars, 2 flats. And then it's 4 bars, 4 sharps. So this is 0, right on it. 2, 3, 4. No, I'm sorry. No, this actually means 0 sharps, 0 flats.
Okay.
Yeah, so you were perfect. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to communicate. I don't know how to do it like C major, like I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try that with just some textures now. So I'm going to try to like convey some textures, and you'll have to just kind of have to interpret my signals, however you interpret them. Okay, so just on the solo changes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trills. That's the idea. Okay, great. Let's play from the top. From the top. Ready? 1. From the top of the form, actually. The actual top of the form. 1. The very top of the song.
Great.
The beginning.
Yeah. Okay, let's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. ready to, then there it's ready to solos.
Yeah, you can cross out the repeats.
Who wants a solo? Who hasn't taken a solo on any of Michael's stuff yet? Great. Okay, Jody, who wants the second one? Who wants another solo? Dalton. Great. Okay. And then everybody else watch for cues underneath those solos, because I'm going to try to cue you. We'll try some textures. Okay, on Jody's solo. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just a free note, one note.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, so it's 8 bars of zero.
Yeah, I saw
zero
that, there's
flats,
only
sharps.
one repeat, whoops.
8 bars of
Yeah.
0 sharps, 0 flats, and then 4 bars, 2 flats, and then 4 bars of 4 sharps.
Got it.
Cool, yeah, no problem. Second chorus, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is like just a free note, try the free note. Two flats, 4 sharps. Okay, next soloist. No sharps, no flats. Two flats. Four sharps. Take another chorus. No sharps, no flats. Now 2 flats. Think B flat major, B flat major. Now it's like an E major, 4 sharps. Nice. Cool. And then what we take it out, right? And then at the end it's free.
No, it ends.
It just ends. Great. Cool. So that's it. Let's pass that one in and let's do another one. That was great. Thank you. Do reds, blues. Let's work a little on the free improv real quick. So, if you guys can just make a stack, I appreciate it. So this means we're in the free note system. A free note means we play one note and we attack together, and then we, you can drop it there if you want. We attack together, we balance, we release together. Let's try it. Free note. This is the sign for free note and. Now what if I do this? That means they don't play, but you do. Wait, sorry, I meant they didn't play, but you do. So now you don't play, you don't play, you don't play, you do though. Now you play. Great, that's free note. That's all it is, free note. Free note system, right? Now, if I point to you, it means you do anything you want. Got those two signals, so that's one, and then that's the other. Now, This is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. We'll try it really quick. So this is what it is, and here's when it comes, right here, C. Yeah, so now, so we're gonna use all this in the concert. We're gonna do, like, anything is fair game, right? Okay? So, now this is called an interpretive dance, and you're just gonna play whatever you want. Are you ready? Here's my interpretive dance. Okay, so now play slow and high. Fast and low. Slow and high. This is going to be called Memory 1. Fast and low. This is Memory 1. My loop pedal. We just pull it up. Memory 1. It's like a bank. Remember. Okay, this is awesome. So I have cue cards, but this is a really good foundation. And so we want 2 conductors, actually. I want 2 conductors. Who wants to volunteer to conduct that hasn't conducted before? Stephanie and Jen. Okay. So for this, we're just going to do this for 2 minutes. And we're going to get, everybody's going to get a chance to conduct at some point, but maybe not today, but before the concert or by the concert if you want to conduct it. So I have cue cards, but what you're going to have to do for now, because I can't find them, I think somebody stole them. But what you have to do for now is just use your words or use the other signals that you've seen from me, right? Now here's what you can use for parameters. You can use emotions, techniques, musical elements, or anything else. Right? So like a technique, it could be like double stops, or it could be like short or long, right? Or if it's musical elements, it could be like fast or high, or like spacious, or like groovy, or fun, like anything that's musical element. For emotions, it could be like happy or sad or whatever, right? So you've got this side, you've got this side. Either of you can refer to the rhythm section. And let's go, 2 minutes, and go.
Okay, happy music.
Oh my God, that was such awesome conducting. You're so much better than me at this. Great. Okay, so let's do.
I get attention from my conductors.
That's true. So let's do Red's Blues. And we can. Do we have anybody who wants to solo on the blues while we're passing this out? Great.
I've done it before, but I'll do it again once anybody else.
That's cool. Yeah. Anybody that didn't get a chance yet that wants to take solo on the Red's Blues? Who is that? Yeah. Okay. Kel. Okay. So while we're passing them out, let's go over the solo section and take your solos. Alba, you got a couple choruses, and then Kel, you got a couple choruses. Everybody else, if you want to come. Thank you. Okay, here we go. On the solo changes, Red Blues. C blues, 1, 2, and 3, and
Yeah, because I was like, where are we?
One,
I got one.
You got Chelsea. Red Blues.
I think it's a solo form.
No, I thought we did this from the which one did we do on the shirt changes? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Okay, so this actually has the changes. That's all right. You can play along with the changes. Sorry, I mistook which tune it was. No. We'll save that for the
It's not.
It's a different blues.
Okay, it's not quite a blues, no.
almost a
In between blues.
But that's okay. I still think it'll be good for you to take a solo. Do you guys have the old parts in?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a part? Okay. So never mind about the rounding unless you can find the thirds and sevens. Okay.
one, solo, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So even though it says it's over G, which is great, it is over G, I still want you to play the full triads from E flat major and then D major. Okay, here, notes in the E flat major triad. D major. To a voice in the next chord. This is one. E flat major, starting a low tone on the E flat major chord. Now go up to a note in D major. Up to D flat major. Up to C major. Up to B flat. Up to A. Let's start with that chord. A major triad. Major second. One, two, letter F. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, the letter F. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get everybody else without the first violins, letter F. Well, 1, 2, 3,
Musicians are athletes, the musicians are smaller. If you get tired, it's not just, it's more
I do want to have bonus. Well, if I have time, I'll go with Yeah, I mean, but that's like the learnable, that's like a really important point though, because there's gonna be, like, if you're playing with a big band, nobody's gonna give you both parts.
No.
If you're playing with a pop band or anything else, so
No,
it's
but
part of
you-
the skill of working, you know.
Right, okay, so just change it to not working, because they're more crazy. I hate this.
Well, like I said, yeah, I mean, but I also think Everybody got it? I hate the corporate state. Oh, this one has some extra. Do you have a? We need to find a basement surrounding the zone. I would love
I didn't bring it this morning, it was shown up.
I hate the corporate state. John.
It's a Yamaha SV10. Normally they're $4,000, but I saw it on auction, I got it for $400. But it's something, it's not attached. But it works. It roses. If you look on shop video once in a while, just keep looking. Sometimes it's they have lots of other great stuff. You're welcome to try it.
Okay. 1, 2, 2. Okay, so it says, my part, does yours part say mezzo piano, second time forte? Yeah. Cool.
Well, maybe we should do that.
Yeah. We can do that. Okay, here we go. Top. 1, 2, 3.
press. Take a solo.
They get advantage. Actually, that would be a great song. If you just stand up and just go.
Yeah.
Very much.
I might play those slower, maybe.
Skating down the river. I don't know why. I have great music I love. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And for whatever reason, this is the only person that I movie. And I was like, so good at that. Because it also means love gets a lot of attention. It does. I thought at the bottom of the big bag. Like, who knows how long it wasn't that shit. Like, who knows what it's with. But it works. It does put a profit on your phone. So, you can't be bad. No problem. I need some glue, so just at least take that apart. You don't need to look at a lighter. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you did?
It's just one page, right? Yeah, I'm good.
So this was notated in 1975. So in 1975, this would have been the way to read it.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get all kinds of things. So that's good. How often do you get to work with the original composer that wrote a piece of music in 1975? I mean, what's up? You know, whatever it is. I mean, 6. Or he'll give you 6. Twice. Here's letter A. Everybody else, just keep doing what you're doing, but we're going to do.
Yeah, that would really help. That would be good for us.
Want to see the rhythm?
Because then you get the subdivisions and the next nicer shot.
Because we're not getting
We'll all do just practice. So from the top, letter A. 4, 5, and 6. One more time from the top. Yeah. And then what happens after all that? Okay, so let's go through all that again. And I'm going to show everybody here. Can I show everybody here an idea? So this is something anybody can practice this concept with any piece of music. So for example, or so. Right. Any melody you can turn into subdivisions, right? so I like we're practicing this whole melody this way. It's good. It's gonna interact with the later.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Okay. So from the top, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Solid.
Yeah, we're like, Johnny the light from the cello.
Alright. And who's Cody? Cody's singing here today. He's like, but there's a bunch of people, he's not super sick. There was a bunch of people up
They had an accidental breakout.
Jason party on the mountain. Accidental. Very possible.
Oh, yeah. It actually matters.
I'm just confused looking for things. All right.